Hello, excuse the slightly haphazard selfie style of this one. I just felt like recording it and couldn't be arsed setting up all the kit. But that's sort of the point. Yeah, the title of this one might look a bit strange and confusing to some people. I mean, depression is classed as being a disability, and there's a problem that it isn't always taken seriously. So, why would I class my depression as being like a part time disability? Well, to me personally, it's what it feels like. Because a lot of the time, I'm fine. Or at least, a lot of the time, I'm functional. You know, there are times when I can deal with day to day stuff completely okay. And my depression's there or the anxiety's there, but a great deal of the time it doesn't really stop me from doing anything. It's not, well, it's not debilitating. It's not disabling. Literally, it's not disabling all the time. But then there are times when it gets a bit more and everything feels a chore and it's something I've got to push through. And then there have been times when it feels like my life's on hold. I'm not at that stage at the moment, but there have been times when, it's all I can do to kind of get up and potter about for the day. And, it's a concerted effort just to move from one room to another, and the feeling doesn't go away, after half an hour and a cup of coffee. It kind of goes away after a day or two of relaxing, or a week or two of relaxing. And that to me is the most frustrating thing I find about my depression and anxiety is that most of the time I'm functional, but it doesn't stop the fact that it's there. It's always there. The depression's always pulling me down a bit, the anxiety's always bubbling slightly under the surface. So they never really go away. But I can work through them most of the time. So most of the time I pass for normal. And most of the time people probably think that I'm completely okay. Or, maybe just a bit difficult as a person, but okay. Because the problems are always there. Just most of the time they don't stop me from doing anything. But then sometimes they do. And yeah, I don't know what the answer is apart from kind of trying to be honest about stuff. And yeah, for me, there's a lot of time when my depression just feels like a minor inconvenience. It's something that's there, but doesn't really get in the way of life. But then every once in a while, there are times when it just stops me in its tracks, and those can be months at a time, maybe a year or so at points. But then I can go years being functional. I hate depression and the anxiety that I also have alongside it because they're invisible, people can't see them, and a lot of the time I can push through them. I'm quite functional, and I just seem like I can cope. Because a lot of the time, I can. Right up until the time when I can't. But from an external point of view, I probably don't look any different at all. And that's why my depression feels like a part-time disability. Because there are times when it really does stop me from doing anything. But there are other times when it's barely a speed bump. And it's not fair. Although, to be honest, I don't think it's fair that anyone can feel this way at times. It doesn't matter whether it's all the time or every once in a while. Depression's a bitch. 11:30 in the evening, it can be harder to deal with. I'm always low when I'm tired. But those bad times, those times when my depression does feel like a disability, that's when I feel this low and drained at like 11:30 in the morning on a bright, sunny summer's day. Not a cloud in the sky, the sun's out, all the things that should leave me feeling full of energy and life, and sometimes still not. And then sometimes I'm just like that on winter evenings. Like I said, it's part-time. I don't say that to belittle depression, because trust me, I don't belittle this condition. It's just, it doesn't stop me all the time. But when it does, it really does. That's why when it doesn't, I do what I can to push myself and to keep myself going and to stop myself stagnating. That's why I can pass for normal. And that's why, for me anyway, my depression doesn't feel like a full-time disability. But it doesn't stop it being a problem. It doesn't stop it being a pain in the arse. It doesn't stop me wanting to get the message out there. Mental health conditions, they're survivable. They don't stop you in your tracks from doing everything, but they also can, and occasionally do, make everything just bloody impossible. And on that cheery note, see ya.